Yep.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto our Heavenly Father.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakadash.
Double honors unto the apostles and others of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, those making their body a living sacrifice in these last days. Okay, and this is just got the brother Rock, my name, Malak. We just back with another lesson in all truth and sincerity. Just going into various topics, pretty much. Seeing where the spirit takes us. It's important to be looking at what's going on in these times. And standing upon our watch. You see, matter of fact, we can get Ezekiel the 3rd chapter. You know what I want?
Watch. Maybe watch me.
Yeah.
This is
thinking maybe like 16 or something.
You see. What were we looking for?
Yeah, we can start at verse 17.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me."
Right, yeah, we're supposed to stand and watch and also give warning. A warning of what? Matter of fact, can we get that word warning? I never looked it up.
Okay. This is the word warning. It says Strong's H2094 Zahar. It says to admonish, warn, teach, shine, send out light, be light, be shining.
Shine. Shed light on topics, what's going on in the economic world, what's going on in the world of politics, kingdoms. You see, because the scriptures, they touch on a multitude of political changes and shifts that's happening in the earth. And right now we can see that the fall of the empire, you see, and the stirring up of the Medes, as the scriptures talk about. Okay, political antagony playing. Okay, so if that's a word, we see all that happening now. We're shedding light on these things and breaking it down through the scriptures. You see?
I got some. It's Baruch chapter 4 and verse 2. It says, "Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated." And primarily, this light, really is centered around prophecy, right? That's why the scriptures say the testimony of our Lord was a spirit of prophecy. That's really what, set him apart. Not only was he, I mean, that's not the only thing that set him apart. We know there's a multitude of things that set him apart. But as far as his ministry, as far as teaching is concerned, right? Prophecy is really like it's the main idea. It's the main thing that we're concerned with. And when you think about, like, because you got this right hand side and you got the left hand side. We're the illuminated ones on the right hand side. But even on the left hand side, they're not the left hand side. They're not concerned with mundane, low level shit that's taking place on a daily basis. With the lives of these people. Going to the store and just little regular shit. They're not worried about that. They're focused on the NWO. They're focused on bringing forth, the C hip. World War III. They're concerned with big picture shit. And it's the same thing on the right hand side, man. We're not worried about, all this little, stuff that's happening, man. We're focused on, the changing of, who's running planet Earth, the transition of power, so to speak.
Yeah.
The changing of the guard.
Right.
We can get that haste ye to flee from the immortal thoughts.
Or haste ye to flee from these times. Or no?
For the immortal thoughts in Second Esdras. You know what I'm talking about? I think that's like a
yeah. Second Esdras 14:14. This is Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14. It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times."
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Haste to flee from these times, right? See, like you brought up, the left hand side, what they doing on the left, they're hastening to flee. You know, they're focused on the things from, like, not the things that they're concerned with now. You know, like little mundane shit. They worried about the big picture things.
Right.
They hasten to make this move. Esau is coming down with great wrath because what? He knoweth that he hath a short time.
Yeah.
We know we got a short time to get ourselves right too, on the right hand side. You see? So that same energy that they in, it needs to be the same energy that we in. You know, on of course, the opposite balance of things. You know.
Yeah. And really, like, that's really a luxury of the wealthy, the rich.
Yeah.
They're the ones who really have the luxury of, you know, future planning. You know, like years and years and years, and forecasting down the line. That's not something that, you know, the slave class or the poor class gets the opportunity to do. For them, it's just work, 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 slave, slave, slave. You know, bills. You know what I mean? Stress. You know what I mean? But that also shows you that we're extremely blessed, you know, in the spirit, because even though, you know, we down here, you know, at the bottom, you know, of the world, you know, order, so to speak, really in the spirit, you know, we're still the princes of the power. We're still, you know, the sons of God, and we hope to be of the elect, you know.
Yep. But yeah, evil times is coming. Haste to flee from these evil times. So that's what we're watching to show you and to tell you about. You know, we can play that video.
Okay.
So as y'all know, there's a lot of things happening
this year.
You know, so prices of everything has been going up. They're talking about stagflation, hyperinflation. You know, all these terms have been mentioned in the atmosphere, and you know, this is the signs that we're seeing happen on the market as well. You know.
Yep. I'm tempted to get. Actually, not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video.
Dollar Tree closing 600 stores this year. CVS closing 900 stores through the end of this year. Walgreens closing 150 stores. Outback Steakhouse has already closed 40 of its restaurants. UPS is cutting 12,000 jobs in 2024. Citigroup cutting 20,000 positions as well. eBay, why not? 1,000 jobs lost there. Microsoft cutting 1,900 positions. Expedia cutting 1,500. Cisco cutting 4,000. Apple cutting 600. It's entertainment too. Regal Cinemas closing 429 locations. Kroger's grocery store chain shutting down 413 stores. It's not affordable to be in retail anymore. Foot Locker closing 400 stores by 2026. Macy's will close 150 locations by 2026. Walmart, already this year, has closed 6 of its supercenters. While the U.S. Senate has passed nearly $100 billion to send to other countries that Joe Biden just signed yesterday, most can't even find Ukraine or Israel on a freaking map, let alone Taiwan. We're paying money that we don't have as our economy goes down the toilet and American jobs die. Of course, we know we're going to ban TikTok so nobody can talk about it freely.
Yeah, hey, you see? All this all those stores closing, man. Those major retail stores, you know. They said Expedia, Costco, Cisco.
Yeah, the dollar store.
Yeah. So yeah, Keisha ain't gonna be able to get them crusty ass paper towels from the dollar store no more.
Yep.
The weak ass detergent, you know. You're gonna have to go to these big retail stores and pay full price. You know.
Yep.
$40 for some detergent, man.
And the supply chain is still intact right now.
Yeah.
Not even considering that when World War III pops off, the global supply chain is going to be very heavily affected. You know, oil is still not over $100 a barrel yet, which, to my understanding, is not. You know, and again, man, with the shit popping off in Iran and Israel, you know, Iran is literally, you know, in control damn near of the Suez Canal. Them and Saudi Arabia are the neighboring, you know, nations that, you know, that canal goes through. So eventually that's going to become a casualty of war at some point. You know what I'm saying? So, you get a point?
Going to the retail apocalypse, you know, just remember how it started. All right, all these big malls are vacant because nothing can be sustained anymore. It makes me think of that. Bob Kushak, could you pull that Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 3? You know, because we're seeing the best time in history, man. We get to watch the downfall of our enemy, right? And it started back in the early 2000s, but it's getting to the pinnacle. You know, Bob Kushak.
This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened."
You know, because the grinding is ceasing. It's taking more and more power to keep it going. So now they have reached a point where, you know, they're tired. They can't do anything to further this facade. I'll say it like that, right? Because America is just a big ass facade. Right? It's just something to be entertaining for the rest of the world. And now nobody wants to buy into that bullshit anymore.
Right.
But you know, and it's better to see the end of a kingdom than the beginning of one. So watch it go up.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. So
Yep. There's a saying in the world, money talks.
Yeah.
You know, so again, part of being on our watch is being into the economics, man. There, even if you're not super deep into it, be able to discern basic, you know, takeaways. Case in point, why he played that video. All right, if they're closing all these damn stores, what does that tell you? That tells you that they're not concerned with you fucking common folk, you fucking middle class Americans. They don't give a damn. They getting ready to take everything y'all got. Everything y'all got. There's not gonna be a middle class anymore. You know, and they want it that way because when that C hip come out, it's gonna be the you know the super elite, and it's gonna be everybody else. You know, that's the message, man. So again, we gotta, like we just read in 2 Corinthians 14:14. What the hell are you still attached to this place for? Everything's getting ready to be taken. You know, we're in the time of being 10 toes, you know, for the ministry and for the brothers, man. At this point, like it's always been at that point, but especially, you know, in these times, you know, this is all we got.
Yep.
Y'all got it.
Yep. No, you go. And ultimately, too, it's going to lead to a famine. You know, all this, the retail apocalypse, the money losing its buying power. It's going to lead to starvation, because the lack of product and the lack of being able to afford and buy the product. See what you have now with the retail apocalypse. Not only is it they're losing, like these companies losing money, it's a huge waste of material. It's a huge waste of space. Buy up of land to change into something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a double, triple whammy.
Time, energy, effort. It's a huge waste. No one wants to put forth all their energy into something and see it comes to nothing.
The like the relocating of product from one place to another, like all that costs money when you take a substantial loss of a store closing down. The removing of the store, like you can't just leave. You know what I'm saying? Like all those old ass appliances in it, they be trying to take them hoes and put them in new buildings, and like, it's a lot of money that goes into taking a building down. So just that in general, it costs money to close the shit. But it's ultimately going to lead to a production collapse.
Because even though you close the store, you're pretty much getting it ready for the next person to come in. That's what this whole world is. I think Shots closing this store, but he's setting up a kingdom.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, something.
Actually, yeah, I did, Slocky, because you mentioned you mentioned the famine. This is 2nd Ezra 16:22. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." So, like the brother said, bro, we're on the very cusp of a famine, like the planet Earth has really never seen. Well, specifically, America has never seen. Now you did have, the Great Depression back in the 1920s, but most Americans at that time were still living outside of the city. So yes, there was a famine back then too, but they still kind of knew how to get down, and survive. That's not the case here in 2024. And don't nobody know how to, go out and provide for themselves if they can't go to the grocery store. So that's going to contribute to that great death, man.
Yeah. What you have now too is like the access of phones and stuff, and the access of instant knowing what your neighbor has. Like that's going to lead to a lot of envy in those times to come too, because you're going to have people that they're looking and seeing, oh, this person is a prepper, or they have a couple extra cases of water at their house, and they doing this and that, and they still have lights on at their house, like you said, like living in the city and versus not living in the city. Like people having access in general to 100 people within their
sardines in a can, man. Stacked on top of each other.
10,000 people within their 100-mile radius or 50-mile 10-mile radius. Really more like 5. Like it's like, especially in Texas. Yeah. But having access to that will cause major the sword destroying, like you read in the second half of that verse.
Shot as well with this retail apocalypse. It's funneling people, and since they can't make money, it's going to funnel them into the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
Okay. So they need soldiers,
especially Jake.
Yeah, especially Jake. They need soldiers, and how do you do that? You got to cut off veins of the shit that they're doing. So they can go over there and fight your wars.
And when we do declare war like that too, there's a seize on food and oil. So what do you see for the common citizen? It's a fight for, since you're not on front lines, it's a fight for food, and you pay a tax on the oil. Because the reserves right now, people forget Biden is going through reserves. That's why the gas prices is still right now at a decent, slightly.
They've been creeping.
Yeah,
they've been creeping. I was gonna say too, Salaki, that made me think about like when you go into that history of the Great Depression, they had those bread lines.
Yeah.
Like those iconic pictures. Like they have I want to pull one up, but
Yeah,
if you look it up, like some of the more famous pictures, you know, they had people basically lines going up and down the street, niggas waiting for food. So here's some. I just typed it in. Let me read this actually. It says bread lines. It says
it's not being shared.
It's not.
Oh,
I'm on the wrong tab. So here you go. It says bread lines in which poverty-stricken and hungry Americans.
no, it's still not. I think you still have a TikTok.
Oh, okay. Kind of Salaki. Here we go. Is it sharing now? Should be.
No, it's hit the yeah. There you go.
My bad. It says bread lines. It says in which a poverty-stricken and hungry Americans queued for free food were representative and increasing unemployment and consequent hunger caused by the Depression. Bread lines became common in many cities during the 1930s, and the sheer number of homeless and unemployed people often overwhelmed the charities that were giving out food. And that's going to happen again on an even larger scale. And again, in order to get in that bread line this time, you're gonna have to take the C-hip.
Yeah.
And they know this. History repeats itself. They know that when everybody lose their job, when niggas is hungry, y'all gonna be lined up. Y'all gonna be happy as hell to take that damn C-hip. And get your crumbs, man. Yep. Y'all got it.
I'm gonna read this. This is Ezekiel 4:16. It says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight." Right? Bread by weight. Breaking it down. You niggas can break down a 3-5. So you're gonna be breaking down a goddamn piece of bread, man.
And
Wonder bread.
What you Ezekiel 4 or 5?
Ezekiel 4 and 16.
Okay.
Yeah, nigga will bust down a 3-5 quick and know how much he can save for tomorrow and the perfect amount, the right ratio for a blunt. Well, your ass is gonna be doing that equation with some goddamn bread, man.
Yeah, saltines.
Yeah, you're gonna be. Oh, today we gonna eat 3-5 of the crust, looking ass. Lips all white.
Yeah. The Jake ain't even gonna have the discipline to do that. Only people who have been, preparing on a spiritual level are gonna be able to even have the discipline to do that shit.
Yeah.
A lot of Jake is gonna be running through their shit.
Yeah.
Because they're slaves to the lust of the flesh.
Yeah, a lot of people gonna be doing stupid shit. Like they might actually, the Lord have it where they come upon some food, like a good, but they ain't ate in like 3 days, and then they eat it all and just die because they ate it all. But they ate too much.
Oh, yeah.
That was something I had to kind of control too. Like I would, you do a long fast, and then you as soon as you get off the fast, you might eat something, and then like let it chill for like 2 hours. But then after that I would start to like. I would eat like a whole bunch, like eat a whole meal. I was like, no, that ain't it. You gotta ease yourself into it. Like you can't just, jump off the cliff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now you get, 2 Krabby Patties, But it says they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. That they may want bread and water and be astonished. With one another, and consume away for their iniquity. Right? These people about to consume away for their iniquity, man. Consume away for your iniquity, man. Because of not listening to the Heavenly Father and taking heed, like we just read in the chapter beforehand, Ezekiel 3, not taking heed to the watchman, letting you know what's on the cusp of what's about to happen, man. The cusp of this downfall, this financial turn, this switch up. The plagues, you see, people didn't take heed, just like in the time of Egypt. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get one more real quick.
Sure.
think it's Exodus. Let's see. So, Exodus 9 and 18. Can you got the NLT?
Mm-hmm.
If you could get that in the NLT, Exodus 9 and 18.
Exodus 9 and 18 in the NLT, it says, "So tomorrow at this time, I will send a hailstorm more devastating than any in all the history of Egypt."
Right, and they always say this. This is talking about the plagues of Egypt, and the Lord had smitten Egypt with plagues, with through His servant Moses, which was he led the charge of our exodus out, right, the nation of Israel, which we know that they took the whole nation, and this exodus is not going to happen that way. But it came to a point where he had to announce the plagues to our people as well and what they needed to do. You see, and it's funny how a lot of times in the financial world they'll say, they prepare they say a bad time financially is a rainy day, But you got it. Read to verse 21.
Exodus 9 and 19 in the NLT, it says, "Quick, order your livestock and servants to come in from the fields to find shelter. Any person or animal left outside will die when the hail falls." Some of Pharaoh's officials were afraid because of what the Lord had said, so they quickly brought their servants and livestock in from the fields. But those who paid no attention to the word of the Lord left theirs out in the open.
Yeah, you had the same reaction too. Those that took heed and prepared to what the Moses had said was going to happen, and then after it actually happened, and you had those that didn't prepare.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be on that side of actually preparing, man. Spiritual preppers is what we always refer ourselves to. Not necessarily saying, we gonna buy, a military, non-perishable food, But hey, to a certain degree, we do need to prepare more mentally and spiritually, though.
Mm-hmm. You want to play the second video?
Oh yeah, we can run
that. Malcolm, you have a lot on your mind.
The sustainable population of our planet is no more than 500 million.
And we're willing to kill 7 billion.
Well, most of those lives aren't worth living. The mass of humanity in Africa, India, and China, they live in squalor. They'd be better off dead. The world would be better off without them.
And America will be first.
Yes, well, as our friend Henry Kissinger said, a strong America is the only thing standing in the way of a new world order. We have foreign troops on the ground now, under the UN banner. The country only needs a little chaos.
The American people are resilient. What's to come if the citizens rise up?
Yes, well, when parents see their children starving and families hauled away to FEMA camps for imprisonment or worse, then yes, we expect some resistance at first. But the vanity of nationalism will quickly fade. The people will beg for help. Any help.
Yep. And that's where we at. That's where we at with things, Great plagues and famines coming, man. They showing from all sides. We finna catch it. Us talking about us that believe. This facade, like you said, the facade of nationalism is fading. We was just watching, before we turned the camera on, niggas getting angry that TikTok is getting banned because they don't have the platform to express their opinion about what's going on. this facade of nationalism is fading, and that's TikTok is a representation of that. You know, I had something real quick.
Okay.
It's 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon them that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." You know, and that's what's coming too. You know, they're passing this anti-Sem, legislation. That's going to be the beginning of our trial, man. I mean, we in it right now, but it's only going to escalate. But also, it's going to be a time of trouble like no other upon the whole world too. You know, it says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." Right. So yeah, we're gonna be tried as well. You know, we getting tried out right now. How we take these things that's happening upon us in our day-to-day life. You know, we hope to be separated from these plagues, man. I hope that the Lord has mercy upon us. Did you have something? Okay, well, yeah, we just wanted to touch on that. You know, I believe the point was made. We want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory to our Heavenly Father.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem HaKakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.